Welcome back to my channel Cyber Network, and we're diving deep into the world of ethical hacking today. We live in a digital world, and making sure that world is secure is more important than ever. That's where ethical hackers come in. These are the good guys, the white hats who use their skills to find vulnerabilities before the bad guys do. Now, every ethical hacker needs a trusty toolkit, and today, we're breaking down 5 essential tools that should be in every cybersecurity professional's arsenal. We're talking about the heavy hitters, the ones that get the job done. We're going to go in depth on each tool, why it's important, and how it's used in the real world. So whether you're just starting out in cybersecurity or you're a seasoned pro, make sure you stick around until the end. You don't want to miss this. First up, we've got Nmap, the network mapper. Think of Nmap as the scout, the recon expert in your ethical hacking toolkit. It's a free and open source tool that's been around for over 2 decades, and it's still as relevant as ever. So, what makes Nmap so special? Well, it allows you to scan networks to see what devices are connected, what ports are open, and even what operating systems are running. It's like having X-ray vision for your network. Nmap is incredibly versatile. You can use it for a simple ping scan to see what devices are alive on a network, or you can go full-on stealth mode with a SYN scan that's less likely to be detected. And the best part? Nmap is incredibly powerful, yet surprisingly user-friendly. Even if you're new to ethical hacking, you can pick up the basics of Nmap pretty quickly. There are tons of online resources and tutorials available, and the Nmap community is super active and helpful. Now let's talk about why Nmap is crucial for ethical hackers. Imagine you're hired to test the security of a company's network. The first thing you'd do is use Nmap to get a lay of the land. You'd want to know what devices are connected, what services are running, and identify any potential vulnerabilities. Nmap can help you uncover open ports that shouldn't be open, identify outdated software that might be vulnerable to attacks, and even fingerprint the operating systems running on the network. It's like having a detailed map of the network's attack surface. Trust me, if you're serious about ethical hacking, Nmap is your new best friend. It's a must-have tool that will give you valuable insights into any network you're testing. Next up, we're diving into the world of network traffic analysis with Wireshark. If Nmap is the scout, Wireshark is the detective, meticulously analyzing every packet of data that flows across the network. Wireshark is another free and open source tool that's been a staple in the cybersecurity world for years. It's a powerful packet analyzer that captures network traffic in real time, allowing you to see exactly what's happening behind the scenes. Think of it like this. Your network traffic is like a busy highway with thousands of cars traveling at high speeds. Wireshark is like setting up a speed trap and being able to inspect the contents of every single car that passes by. You can see the source and destination of each packet, the protocols being used, and even the actual data being transmitted. This granular level of detail is what makes Wireshark so valuable for ethical hackers. Now you might be thinking, analyzing network traffic sounds complicated, and yeah, it can be, but Wireshark makes it surprisingly approachable. It has a user-friendly interface with color-coded packets, filters to help you narrow down your search, and even the ability to reconstruct entire conversations or file transfers. So how can you use Wireshark for ethical hacking? Let's say you're testing a web application for security vulnerabilities. You can use Wireshark to capture the traffic between your browser and the web server, allowing you to see the login credentials being sent, any sensitive data being exchanged, and even identify potential injection attacks. Wireshark can also be used to troubleshoot network issues, analyze network performance bottlenecks, and even detect malware infections. It's an incredibly versatile tool that every ethical hacker should have in their arsenal. Alright, let's talk about Metasploit, the ethical hacker's Swiss Army knife. This is where things get really interesting. Metasploit is a penetration testing framework that gives you an arsenal of exploits, payloads, and tools to test the security of systems and applications. Think of Metasploit as a collection of pre-built tools and scripts that automate many of the tasks involved in penetration testing. It's like having a team of expert hackers at your fingertips, ready to help you find and exploit vulnerabilities. One of the things that makes Metasploit so powerful is its vast library of exploits. Exploits are basically pieces of code that take advantage of vulnerabilities in software. Metasploit has exploits for a wide range of operating systems, applications, and devices. But Metasploit is more than just a collection of exploits. It also provides you with payloads, which are pieces of code that run after you've successfully exploited a vulnerability. payloads can do all sorts of things, like giving you remote access to a system, stealing data, or even launching further attacks. Now, Metasploit can be a bit daunting at first, especially if you're new to ethical hacking, but trust me, it's worth taking the time to learn. There are tons of resources available online, including the official Metasploit documentation, tutorials, and even online courses. So, how can you use Metasploit for ethical hacking? Well, let's say you've used Nmap to scan a network and you found a system running an outdated version of a web server. You can then use Metasploit to see if there are any known exploits for that specific version of the web server. If Metasploit finds an exploit, you can then use it to try to gain access to the system. Once you have access, you can use Metasploit to escalate your privileges, pivot to other systems on the network, and gather sensitive data. Metasploit is a powerful tool that can be used for both good and bad. It's important to remember that ethical hackers use Metasploit to find and fix vulnerabilities, not to cause harm. Let's face it, passwords are often the weakest link in any security system. And that's where John the Ripper comes in. John the Ripper is a free and open-source password cracking tool that's been around since the 90s, and it's still one of the most popular and effective password crackers out there. What makes John the Ripper so effective is its speed and versatility. It uses a variety of techniques to crack passwords, including dictionary attacks, brute force attacks, and rainbow table attacks. It can crack passwords hashed using various algorithms, making it a versatile tool for ethical hackers. Now, you might be thinking, why would an ethical hacker need to crack passwords? Well, ethical hackers often use password cracking tools like John the Ripper to test the strength of passwords used within an organization. By cracking passwords, ethical hackers can identify weak passwords that could be easily guessed or cracked by attackers. John the Ripper can also be used to recover forgotten passwords. Let's say you've forgotten the password to an important system or account. If you have a copy of the password hash, you can use John the Ripper to try to crack it and recover the password. Now, it's important to note that password cracking can be a time-consuming process, especially if the passwords are strong and complex. But John the Ripper's speed and efficiency make it one of the best tools for the job. Ethical hackers use John the Ripper to help organizations improve their password security policies and ensure that their systems are protected from password-based attacks. Last but not least, we have Burp Suite, the web application security guru. Burp Suite is a powerful web vulnerability scanner that's designed to help you find and exploit security flaws in web applications. If you're serious about web application security, Burp Suite is an absolute must-have. It's a comprehensive suite of tools that covers everything from reconnaissance and mapping to vulnerability scanning and exploitation. One of the things that makes Burp Suite so powerful is its ability to intercept and modify traffic between your browser and a web application. This allows you to see exactly what data is being sent between your browser and the server, and even modify that data on the fly. This is incredibly useful for testing for vulnerabilities like cross-site scripting, XSS, SQL injection, and cross-site request forgery, CSRF. Burp Suite also has a built-in web spider that can crawl a web application and map out all of its directories and pages. This is incredibly useful for getting a complete picture of the web application's attack surface. Burp Suite also has a built-in scanner that can automatically scan a web application for vulnerabilities. The scanner is highly configurable and can be customized to look for specific types of vulnerabilities. Burp Suite is a complex and powerful tool, but it's also incredibly well documented. There are tons of resources available online, including the official Burp Suite documentation, tutorials, and even online courses. So that's it. Those are 5 essential tools that every ethical hacker should know. Remember, ethical hacking is all about using your skills for good, to make the digital world a safer place. If you're interested in learning more about ethical hacking, be sure to check out the links in the description below. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more cybersecurity content. Thanks for watching, and remember to stay ethical, stay curious, and keep learning. If you like my video, please subscribe and share my channel, Cyber Network.